have been here for the last 2 months know that we've been studying about Jesus' Sermon on the Mount. And I promised him when he gave me the charge to do this entire Sermon on the Mount. And so today, the devil got mad with me. Our subject is going to be sexual sin. All right. Well. Okay. He got real mad. Okay. They don't teach that. They don't talk about that. Where you going? Where you going this morning? Talk about sexual sin. I got most of my people. I got them lined up, and I know what I got going on, and I know what they're going to do. And I'm still trying to get some more over there, but I can't quite get them. But I know he mad. All right. But that's all right. That's all right. So we continue our study this morning, and Shalom, we're going to do Matthew the 5th chapter, 27 through 32 verses. And when you get there, I want you to go back up to the 17th verse. Okay? Because we got to remember what Jesus has already said. Verse 17 says, "Think not that I am come to destroy the law, or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill." So here we are again today. Jesus is showing us that he's not disagreeing with the law. He wants us to understand, he wants to make it clear that he came to fulfill the law. So as we're going to continue in this lesson this morning, we're going to see several places where he's going to be saying this basically the same thing. He mentioned several times in our text yesterday that he said, "Ye have heard." Ye have heard that it was said by them of who? Old time. That means it was talked about in the old days. It was talked about in the Old Testament. They were saying it then, and guess what? They're still saying it now. Amen. Thou shalt not. 27. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Well, they said it then. All right. And we got to say it now. Yeah. That's the 7th commandment that God gave Moses on that stone. He said, "Thou shalt not commit adultery." Well. See, adultery is a sexual sin, y'all. Come on now. Between a married person and a person who is not his or her spouse. Come on now. You know anybody like that? Yeah. Do you know anybody like that? Yes. Married. But they having sexual relationship outside of their home, outside of their dwelling. It is not just a sexual sin, but it's a violation of God's institution of marriage. All right. See, marriage is the uniting of soul and body of a man and a woman to a single organism. It's a combination of those two people coming together. Marriage is the first institution that God gave to mankind. It is the first institution. What do you do in institutions? You learn teaching. And this was the first one that he gave when he gave to a man and woman. Adultery breaks that union, though. Adultery broke that union that God did. God put it together. Here comes adultery. Adultery was defined as a capital offense under the Jewish law. All right. So in the Bible days, this is what happened to a person that committed adultery. Leviticus, Shalom, the 20th chapter, in the 10th verse. And we're going to come back in just that one. Leviticus, the 20th chapter. And Lord, if we were back there then. Leviticus 20th chapter and 10th verse says, if there is a man who committed adultery with another man's wife, one who committed adultery with his friend's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be what? Oh, boy, a lot of Sin. Sexual sin. They were surely, you see that word surely? Be put to death. If there's a man, you can put an amen in. If there's a man who commit adultery with another man's wife, one who commit adultery with his friend's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. There's some content in this message this morning that might make you feel uncomfortable.
Read the word.
It might.
Amen. Read the word.
Yes. Jesus talked about them then. Back there in Matthew the 5th chapter. That was back in the Bible days. So if Jesus talked about them, guess what? He's going to talk to us again. So in verse 28, Jesus said, but I say unto you, that whosoever looks on a woman to lust after her has committed adultery with her already. Now let's go back to 27. 27 says, ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, thou shalt not commit adultery. But Jesus said in 28, but I say that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her has already committed adultery in his heart. And we say we got to do the act. And we just had a thought. But you still committed adultery. In his own divine authority, Jesus said, but I say to you, that everyone who looks at a woman with sexual love for her has already committed adultery with her in his heart. Love is a very strong, powerful desire. To have something, most times something that's not yours. Very strong desire. People love for all sorts of things. We know that. We love for money. Oh, we love for food. We start eating it. We love for a whole lot of things. But this morning we're going to talk about love. In the previous verse 21 to 26, move up there if you like to know. Jesus reminds us that we have heard that murder was sinful. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
And it was worse of a judgment. But he said, but I say that anger is also sinful. That's what we did last time. We said murder was sinful. But Jesus said, but I say anger is also sinful and worthy of judgment. So today Jesus teaches that the external sin of adultery and the internal sin of lust are both violation of God's covenant. See, we will see here that not only is adultery wrong, but lust is wrong also. Just like anger can lead to murder, guess what? Lust can lead to adultery. So anger and love are thoughts. Got that? Anger is a thought. Love is a thought. Murder is an action. Adultery is an action. So when thoughts get together that leads to sin, that's what happens. So what Jesus is making clear that it's not just the action, y'all. Murder and adultery that is sinful, but the thought is also. Just sin. It's a sin also. Just in case we didn't know. Adultery is rooted in much more than just a physical act. And so is every other sin. We must be careful about what we look at. We must even be careful about what we think. Love will destroy us, y'all. As with other sinful thoughts, as those sins that will lead to even greater sin. Temptation for sin abound in our society.
Yes.
Even our little children.
Yes.
They are getting their hands on materials and images that is so degrading that they put up this thought in their head at an early age. Early age, even when they don't understand.
Yes, Lord.
There's a thought that this is going on.
Yes, Lord.
Then we got our teenagers, our young adults, and Lord forbid our old folks. They can find it so easy to assess all sorts of sinful temptations that will lead us to sinful thoughts.
Yes.
Oh, we got it all. We got the internet.
Come on now.
Don't we?
Yes.
We got the smartphone.
Yes.
We got all those things that so easily to get our hand on. So easy to put our hand on. You can be sitting there just strolling along trying to do something important. I can be looking up a word on my text, and there's some more crazy stuff coming up on the street. It's so easy to get to. It's so easy to put our eyes on. So that's why I said we got to be careful what we're looking at. We got to be careful what we're thinking.
Yes.
You know, because one verse, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. You get to thinking some of that stuff, guess what?
Yes. Get in you.
You become that stuff.
Yes, it do. Yes, it do.
And if you don't become it, you're going to start thinking, oh, I can do that.
Yes.
Sexual sin.
Yes.
Sexual sin. We got to be careful.
Yes.
We got to be careful.
Yes.
Hebrews, the 3rd chapter, shows us the 12th verse. There's so much temptation out here that will lead us, even if we don't think that we want to do anything, it would almost lead, especially we, the one that want to find a reason to do. So you got to sometimes have a reason to do, a want to do. So we'll find some reasons somewhere. We must be aware of the danger that lest we fall. We must be aware of the danger lest we fall. Hebrews, the 3rd chapter, 12th verse, says, take heed, brethren, lest there be in any of you an evil heart of unbelief, and departing from the living God. But exhort one another daily, which is called today. You ain't got to wait till tomorrow.
Come on now.
Today. Let any of you be hardened to the deceitfulness of sin. They can be turned around. And they can be turned around today. We can sin in many different ways of our actions and our thoughts. And when we do, we should do whatever we can to stop it.
Yes.
Look at what Jesus said in verse 29. He said, and our right eye, oh, here we go, offends thee.
Come on now.
Jesus said, pluck it out and cast it from thee. For it is probable for thee that one of thy members should perish, pluck it out, throw it away, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. 30, he said, if thy right hand offend thee, cut it off and cast it from thee. Sound terrible, don't you?
That's it.
But it's probable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be what? Now y'all know Jesus is Jesus gonna make y'all laugh right now. He's teaching here the seriousness of sin, y'all. He's teaching us, letting us know how serious it is. In fact, he kind of exaggerates his thought when he's saying it. All right. Jesus takes love serious, and we can see that he doesn't pull any punches by saying what he just said. Amen. He gets so drastic in this text that he tells us to cut off our hands, to mutilate ourselves. He's using extreme exaggeration here to make a point to teach the importance of avoiding anything that could cause us to fall into sin. All right. That's what it was. You don't know. Nobody can start cutting yourself. All that stuff trying to keep from sinning. Because I got some news for you. You can have one arm, you'll cut it off. But you can take this one over here and still sin. So that lets you know that you ain't got to stuck on killing cutting yourself up these days. He wants to get our attention and let you know how serious it is. And know that it's important to avoid anything that's gonna cause us to fall into sin. Even if it means removing something that's very important to us. It might be something very important to you. It might not even be what you think. But you in your mind, I wrote that. That's important to me. So I want it so bad that I can start cutting fingers off. Toes off. Think about it. Jesus said no. Don't have anything that's so important that you willing to give up. To fall into sin by doing it. You're doing it. But it's sinful. So we have to be careful to understand what Jesus means when he tells us to cut our hand or pluck out our eye. We don't read that before. We probably thought, oh. Jesus used these two metaphors as a way to express the important truth. All right. There's some truth in this. And we must see that truth. Because it is better to deny ourselves in this life for Jesus' sake than to miss living life in his kingdom. His kingdom should be more important than anything down here on this earth that we love so much that we are willing to sin for. Because if you're willing to sin in hell, we're going to lift up our eyes. So that means we're going to miss the opportunity of living with him. Jesus. Throughout the church history, people have taken this verse literally, and some have tried to hurt themselves because they didn't understand it. Amen. And of course, that's not the point, because we know, like I just told you, a blind man can still love. A blind man can still love. A mute man that can't talk, guess what? He can still hate. A one-armed man, I just told you, he can still steal. All right. I don't need no two hands to steal. So Jesus is not speaking literally here. He's just doing an extreme way to make this point. We should also go through extreme measures to rid ourselves of sin. As important as he went to this degree to say what he needs to say, then we also need to take that extreme time and get rid of the sin and pursue holiness. Jesus spent some time here speaking also about divorce. Maybe you need to set up some filters on the internet because we're looking at things that we shouldn't. Maybe we don't need a smartphone, as I said earlier, because there's so much lust and covenant and idolizing things rather than God. All right. Maybe we need to stay off of Facebook because you can't be hateful and prideful and not compassionate. See, we get on Facebook, we get mad, boy, we be going back and forth, hatred, pride, all of that. Maybe we need to avoid alcohol, beverages, places that we go in with people hanging out at clubs because you already know you got a weakness. All right. And because of our temptation to get drunk, why won't you do it? Maybe you need to get rid of that girlfriend or boyfriend that's keeping you from following God. I love you to death. I love you with all my heart. Y'all know how to read that scripture, don't you? I love you with all my heart. God said love me with all your heart. And then you know your boyfriend, girlfriend as yourself. Y'all got that? Love makes you love yourself, not as they are your God and they all that crazy stuff. Love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, thy mind, thy soul, and thy strength. And love, you put that boyfriend and girlfriend in the neighbor category. Love that neighbor. Love that boyfriend or girlfriend, that wife or husband, as you do yourself. Now you can't put me before God. That's why I'm standing here right now, and he's at home right now. But I say, I got to go. I know I got to go. We can't put people before God. He already told us those two scriptures. And he said, upon these two scriptures, like all the what? Law and what? All. I mean, everything that we got, everything God has given us, all the law, those two scriptures sum them up. Now, I don't know your situation, and you don't know mine. And we know where we are tempted to sin, and we all know that. We know where we are tempted to do something wrong. Amen. Amen. And when we're tempted in both our thoughts and our actions. The thought will come first. And then your action. We must take sin seriously. We have a far too relaxed view of our sin. Oh, this, I do that, but it ain't nothing. Compared to Sister Elsa, there she doing this. Mine is small. That's because we take it too relaxed. We're too relaxed. You got to put those weekly, so casual with God. Now we just got too casual. Stuff that God says don't do. Oh, we're running, trying to do it. Then he said, don't commit adultery, boy. If you told, I'm going to give y'all a good one. I was at First Baptist. Yeah, just moved down here. And I don't know how the story comes. She can tell you better than I can go to her. I don't know how it started, but somebody said something to her. And she thought people didn't have to be married to go to heaven. And I'm like, how did I miss that? How did I miss telling that child that? But we were married, so I guess there was no reason, But she got here, somebody said something to her at church. And she said, Mom, you mean those people sitting up in there that not married yet? I'm like, had to do some teaching. But it was adult people that were talking to her. And so when you think that you got your children halfway straight, you got some mothers over there that don't have it quite straight. I can remember Kevin. This lady's a minister right now. She living my girl, so don't think too hard. She told him it was all right to have some sex, just didn't have too much. I'm serious. He said, make green. Oh, they told me everything. Make green. Just don't do it too much. Minister. So when we got children, we were raising children, my lady and DJ, and they got to go out and they got to go in the hands of other people, we got to do some serious praying. Amen. So we don't know whose hand gonna touch them or who's gonna touch their mind, who's gonna put that thought in their mind. Don't y'all know that most of these young people walk around here saying they're gay?
Come on now.
Somebody. All right. Put the thought.
Yeah. All right.
It was either just a thought or it was an action.
Yeah, Lord.
No, God didn't do that.
All right, then. Good enough.
No, God didn't do that. But they said something.
Come on.
God made it like this. It's a thought that was planted or it was an action. I always remember that. So when you see them, don't know who they are or what they are.
Come on now.
Just remember that something started. All right. It was started from somewhere. It's just like a baby got to talk. They got to learn to talk from somewhere. All right. And they was put in a room and never somebody said anything to that child would grow up and not be able to utter words. Same thing with life.
Come on now.
Same thing with life. Sexual sin we're talking about.
Good Lord.
I know we're not used to it.
Come on now, but the truth.
But Jesus said, thou shalt not commit adultery. And I told you he's going to tell us that the same thing this morning. All right. He's going to tell us. And if you're at a point in your life when you say, well, that's a big decision to make, Lord. Think about it. Do you want to go to hell? Or do you want to go with him?
Ain't but two.
Ain't but two places.
Ain't but two.
Because see, we think because we come to church, we teaching, we preaching, we singing, and we go home, we come back to the next Sunday, we do the same thing, and some of us get some of us take time to do all those things that we know that we should be doing. We got that check. But then I got out to bed this morning and left my partner in the bed when I came to church. And I walked in. Not that I can't walk into church, but then when I leave, I go back to what I just left. Y'all would call that willfully sin.
All right.
Now, one thing is sin.
All right.
And that is God to forgive us. And I he's going to tell this lady a little later, go and sin no more. It might be one thing that this hurt, and I pray God, please heal this arm. Now, this is not going to hurt because God, if he healed it, all right. If God healed it, he don't have to do anything. All right. Now, this one on this side might start hurting because I prayed for this side. But God can do the impossible. Think about what we're saying this morning. We must realize that we must sacrifice that which is temporary in order to gain that which is eternal. Everything we do is temporary. Make some sacrifice if we want to live eternally in heaven. If we want to do it, we got to make some sacrifice. Well, I can't do that. Somebody said, I know I can't do that. And even if they ask you why, have a reason. Have a reason. We must turn from our sin and turn to God. And if we have not done so, I want to say to you, today is the day. Give our life to God. Turn our sins from our sins. And after we have given our life to Him, continue to turn from sin. Because it's not going to all happen in one day, y'all. All right. I'm 74 years old. I'm still asking God, forgive me, forgive me. I'm not walking around perfect. I'm not just taking this paper and putting an X for Calvin and then putting pluses by everybody else. All right. I have come through adultery. I have come through, what else up here? Love. I have come through that. So it's going to take time. It's going to take you really truly giving your heart and your mind and your soul to God. It's going to take that. But what is a better time to do it, to start, than today? Don't take action in order to sin. Don't gotta go sin. Ooh, I gotta go sin. But to take action in order to stop sin.
All right.
Don't run around here running to sin. Everybody's looking around you, running this there, you're running there. Oh, I got to get there, I got to go here, I got to go, Take that same action, y'all, to not sin.
Well.
And take action to be holy. Yes, he did say it. Be holy. For I am holy. And if he couldn't be, he wouldn't have said it. He wouldn't have said it. And it don't make you perfect. You just gonna be walking what he tells you to do. Every minute you walk. You walk. You're talking. And sometimes you do enough, all of stuff won't come in. Now I realize that some of us are kind of sensitive. I've been quiet today.
Come on now, come on.
With the topic of divorce, but we must not ignore it. Don't ignore it. Let's see what Jesus had to say about divorce.
Reject.
Verse 31. He said, it has been said,
come on now.
Whosoever shall put away his wife.
Well.
All right.
Come on now.
I'm tired of it now. You go back to a mom and dad.
Well.
Let him give her a writing of divorce. So, you get a divorce. Yes. You can get a divorce. I'm going to smile at you. Verse 32 said, but I say unto you, this is Jesus talking.
Well.
That whosoever shall put away his wife, saving me as self for the cause of fornication. Call her to commit adultery.
Well.
And whosoever shall marry her, that is divorced, they also commit adultery. Y'all got that? Isn't that something? That's deep. But I say unto you that whosoever shall put away his wife, I don't care if you say she's tired of it. I don't care if you say she's not a good cook. I don't care if you say she don't do that. But if you put away for anything other than fornication, you putting her out there to be an adult. That's the word. That's what she is. That's what she is. To commit adultery. And then,
Whosoever.
lo and behold, whosoever shall marry her, whosoever shall marry the adult, that is divorce. See, the one you want to marry is divorce too. It said, then that's also committing adultery. Lord, y'all.
Ain't no way around it. Ain't no way.
It was also said, whosoever divorces his wife must give her a written notice of divorce. Yeah. So it's okay. So if you decide to get divorced, but you got to remember that word up there now. The F word. That fornication means that you don't have to be married to go out there and be trying to do sexual sin. That's the one that's not married. That's a big one right there. Fornication. Everybody like they're gonna. But if you engage in fornication and you have gotten a divorce, you still in sin. You still in sin. It was also said, because you know why? Oh, I got to go back over here. Because you made that vow. And you made it to who? To God. It's a covenant.
God.
It was also said, whoever divorces his wife must give her a but it said, but Jesus said, but I tell you, everyone who divorces his wife, except in the case of sexual immorality, calls her to commit adultery. And whoever marries a divorced woman, they commit adultery. Luke 16 and 18. Jesus talking, y'all. I'm trying to tell you what he said. That don't look so bad at me. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Last message that I gave, which is October, in September, and since I made that vow to do this Sermon on the Mount, it was for me. It was for me. And after I had done it and thought about it, I started praising him because I was one angry person at that time. I was so angry. And I still talk about it because he got it straight real quick. He gave me that sermon. I'm going down on what's next. Jesus talked about anger. I said, it was for me. Then I was sitting here one Sunday and Deacon David touched me in the back. He said, Sister Chris. He said, now that sermon you preached last Sunday. He said, oh, that's helped. He said, that helped me. This week right here. And I told myself, it helped me that week. I'm saying, because God knows it wasn't a plan. Most times when he give me messages, it'd be different part of the Bible. But I said that I wanted to go through. It didn't have to be angry that Sunday, but guess what? But it was the Sunday that I needed it the most. He talked about being angry was murder.
Come on now, man. Come on now.
And he got my attention.
Well, Lord.
He said, I was mad with a whole family. I mean, there was a huge family.
Yeah.
I was mad with people. I said, they better not say that to me. Mark, it didn't take us but a few days to get done. I was like, oh my God. Anger is murder.
All right. It's murder anyway.
Luke 16 and 18. Whosoever put away his wife and marry another. Put away the wife, you go get you another. You commit adultery. And whosoever marries her that is put away from her husband, commit adultery. That reminds me of a name. My nephew, when I tried to tell me he had to slow down out there years ago. I said, you got A, B, C, D. And I'm on the floor with it. I said, when you go out there having sex all over the place, everybody having sex together. Oh, I see. Yes. Next thing I heard, his name was married. That thing got to him, but he thought that was thinking. He thought that was, oh my God. I said, baby, A, B, C, D, all there. You can go cross, you can go down, you go over. They all having sex together. And if you think about it, we are. He said, first of all, let's think careful about what Jesus getting at in the light of context on this one. He said, in today's passage and the surrounding passage, Jesus had just said, just as murder is worthy of judgment, so is anger. Remember he said that? He said, just as adultery is a sin against God and others, so is love. See, we think that, oh, I'm not committing adultery, so I'm okay. But if I'm up here thinking, then I'm not okay. Now he's saying, just as adultery is a sin against God and others, so is divorce. Divorce is not okay.
No, it's not.
Because you know, ain't so many people can do it in that order. Not in that order. Proverbs 6 and 32. I'm not going to be too bad, you know. Proverbs 6 and 32. Proverbs 6 and 32. But whosoever committed adultery with a woman lacking understanding, he that does it destroys his own soul. And at the heart of adultery is a broken covenant and a broken relationship that has been shattered by sin. And this sin brought about by one or more parties. That's what it's all about. There's a whole lot of folks having sexual morality. A whole lot of folks is involved in sexual sin. But we think, oh, we got it going on. The guys, well, I can't sit on the guys now. Everybody think they got to have, what is it, a pair and a fair? I'm like, wow, yeah. A pair and a fair. That's how many. Except in Washington, D.C., where there's more women than men. But most of them, yeah. Who heard before? Anybody heard? Yeah. That's the old one, yeah. A lot of guys. Everybody thinks they need a pair and a spare. And so, many of the Jewish people in Jesus' day thought that divorce wasn't a big thing. They thought, divorce, it's okay to divorce. We think that too. We don't think nothing of divorce. We get mad. I remember spreading everybody. Let me tell y'all this one. I don't know how many years it's been, but I was in Alabama. Lee got on my nerves so bad, I said, I'm going to just go to the hotel and get me a room. I drove to the closest hotel. The man gave me the key to get in. I got to the room. The key wouldn't open the door. And I walked back to the office, and he said, that's the key, no, that's the key. I said, sir, it's not working. Then try again. Next time he went with me, he tried that key wouldn't work. The Holy Spirit said, you don't get yourself back home. If you don't get yourself back in that car and go home, then we didn't get the door wouldn't open, y'all. The door wouldn't open. And you know I was going to stay out in those streets no way. And I said, when I got home, I had to tell Leah last about it. I thought, wow, I can't even speak to God. But it happened because God said He goes before us. Amen. Good enough. He goes before us. He goes with us. He'll be with you always. So he was with this crazy woman at that. He was. And I know it's probably about 20 years ago more, but longer than that probably. But I tried it though. I tried that one time. I don't give no peace that day. But anyway, apparently some people back in the Bible days, they view it, divorce, as just like we do today. Just something they do, get married, and next thing we know, people got divorced. How long y'all was married? 2 months? How long? 3 years? Well, when they did it, I don't know why, I don't know what made them do it, but all of a sudden they changed what? Their mind about each other. About each other. Let's look at John chapter 8. I want to do one example of adultery. John chapter 8. John chapter 8. Thanks, John. Okay. It says Jesus went unto the Mount of Olives. And early in the morning he came again into the temple. And all the people came unto him, and he sat down and he did what? Taught them. And the scribes and the Pharisees brought unto him a woman taken in what? Adultery. And I've heard people preach this so many times. Why did they bring the woman? What happened to the man? But that's what they say. So I can't answer that question. It said when they had set her in the midst, they brought her and set her in the midst of the crowd. I guess it was bringing so Jesus could say what he needed to do. So they would catch him. You know they wanted to catch him. They said it to the scribes and Pharisees. Everything Jesus did, they were trying to catch him in the act. Doing something wrong. And they said to him, Master, this woman was taken in adultery in the very act. Now that's the question. The very act. So that means you stood there and watched, or what happened? All right. So they got to tell it. You know, we love to tell stuff. So we stay around long enough so we can get enough to tell it. He said, but now Moses in the law commanded us that such should be stoned. You know, we already read that, right? Then we read that? Yes. The man and the woman should what? Be put to death. Did you say that? Yeah. Okay, so they don't brought the woman and left the man, I guess we're going to get him next week. But it says, but that sayest thou, then they say, tempting him, that they might have to accuse him. I told you it was shaking, and I was trying to let Jesus say something that they're going to crucify him or whatever. But Jesus stooped down and with his finger wrote on the ground, as though he heard them not. He just ignored it. He just ignored it. So when they continued after him, he lifted up himself. He got up. And he said unto them, he that without sin among you, that him first cast a stone at her. So you know they usually kill him by stone. Now you know there was a person there that could have stoned her, right? There was one there that could have picked up a stone and thrown it. And his name was Jesus. But instead of throwing a stone, Jesus stood up, then he stooped down and he wrote on the ground. And they which heard it, being convicted by their own conscience, they started moving out one by one. And I'm sitting here talking to you, guess what?
Well,
I can be convicted by my own conscience.
come on now. Come on. Well.
And everybody that's in here will probably just follow me right on like that door. Because nobody
All of us.
is without sin. And we wouldn't dare pick up those stones. The stones don't run like we didn't do a thing. Mr. Bud Rudolph just said, throwing the rock and hide your hand. Got that one. being convicted by their own conscience, went out one by one, beginning at the eldest, even to the latest. The old folks moved first. And Jesus was left alone, and the woman standing in the midst. When Jesus had lifted up himself and saw none but the woman, he said unto her, Woman, where are those that thine accused? Where are they? Has no man condemned thee? And she said, No man, Lord. The one that could have stoned her said unto her, Neither do I. Condemn thee, go and sin what? No more. No one has attained this level of righteousness except Jesus himself. And he opened the door for all of us to do so as well, y'all. He changes our heart so that we can be devoted to him. So I want to look at this passage as three things are going on here. While we're looking at some specific issues along the way. We sin with our thoughts. All right. We sin with our actions. And we sin in our relationship. All right. So what did Jesus say about divorce? Matthew 31. Jesus' plan for marriage is one man and one woman until separated by death. That's that old That's the old said, to death do we what? Oh, you know we were just talking.
Somebody died.
Sexual immorality is a ground for divorce. This is what we just covered up just a few. Divorce and remarry without biblical grounds constitute adultery. If you ain't got enough Jesus, guess what you're going to do? If you don't have no Jesus in you, you're going to step out of love. Okay. Divorce and remarry without, the Old Testament law on divorce was designed to protect the wife from unsensible divorces. But y'all know Jesus came to fulfill it, right? Amen. I know y'all said the scripture talking about the man. But it goes for the woman too. Amen. It goes for the woman too. That's how the Bible was writing for the men. Amen. About the men, but it was for all. All. Of course, even in the case of sexual immorality, we don't have to get a divorce. That's what I want to say. Right. We don't have to. Forgiveness and reconciliation are always at the door. They are still available right now for anyone who just needs to be forgiven, anyone who needs to be restored. It is still there today like it was all those years ago. In all of our relationships, we must flee sin and pursue holiness. Where sin has devastated our respect, we must seek God's forgiveness. We seek God's forgiveness. Because through his forgiveness, we are healed. That's the only way that we are healed. We've got to go to God and ask him for his forgiveness, and then we are healed. Let us make a commitment to holiness right here now, like I say today, right now. First of all, let's think careful about what Jesus is getting at the light of the context of this text. Jesus has just said that murder is worthy of judgment. So let's hang it. He just said that adultery is a sin against God. And y'all know it's against God. Sexual sin, that's against God. There are all the other sins. What we do it against us. You know, we lie, we steal. That's against us. The sexual sin is against God.
All right.
That's against God. When you do a sexual sin, you're sinning against God. And that's serious. That's why Jesus talking about it so here. It's serious.
Yes, it is.
You can do all this damage to yourself by doing the outward things, but inner sin. Sin enter into the body. That's of God. This is God's temple. This is God's temple. And what we do to it, we do unto him. All right. Always remember that. And next time you think, well, and I'm not just pointing anybody out. Like I said, I don't know your story. You don't know mine. Amen. But I do know that Jesus wanted this to go forth. Now he's saying just as an adultery is a sin against God and others, so also is divorce.
Yes, it is.
See? Adultery is a sin against God, and so is divorce. Because that's something of God. And at the heart of adultery is a broken covenant and a broken relationship that has been destroyed by sin. And at the heart of the divorce, as I said, those that are involved, all the parties that are involved, is only going to spread and get worse if we don't stop. If we don't stop. So we got the power to do what? Stop. We got the power to stop. Jesus is saying that adultery is sinful, love is sinful, divorce is sinful. That's all we're saying this morning.
Yes, Lord.
The sexual sin. They are sinful. And everyone knew that adultery was sinful. But Jesus is saying love and divorce is also sinful. We must make all sin, we take them with seriousness. Why? Because our sin will destroy not only us. You let a mom and dad break up that been yellow and children, teenagers, everybody gets broken up. And then later on we wonder what wrong with the children.
Yes.
Because the children love their mama and they love their dad. In spite of what mom and dad couldn't get together. And bottom line, mom and dad still love each other too. Amen. You know, it was that first love we might talk about. It might not be the first love. Take that back. But it's just like God, our first love. There's a connection. The children tend to hold that connection together. I see it happen all the time. The children hold the relationship together. All right. And sometimes the children bring the relationship together. Because it's God. That's something dear to Him. Anytime there's a divorce and then there's some happiness and children and happiness going on around, it's going to prevail. It's going to prevail. So my text today was sexual sin. Matthew 5th chapter, 27th to the 32nd verse. Amen. And I'm finished. Amen. I'm finished. So if there's anyone who want to make a change in your life, you don't have to make it for me. All right. That change is between you and God. Yeah. He's waiting for us to come to Him and ask for forgiveness. And He will heal us. Amen? Amen. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Amen.